Good morning. Or hello, or whatever you're up to, or good evening, possibly. It's morning here. Just a little bit of MGTOW, maybe some other stuff, I don't know, just come to my head. I just channel it through me. I know all the answers. Yeah, I was just going to say my pet hate for MGTOW. I hate this. But also, if you decide that you just want to stay single and you don't want to get involved with anyone, you've got to think about what they ask you. Now, I mentioned before that quite often I find it with females, not necessarily males. I've never had a male say, "Are you in a romantic relationship?" or they ask these sorts of odd questions. They actually probably ask you if you like football or something else. There really is different blokes, the way we think. They'd be more interested in, you could talk about computer games, you could talk about a subject of interest that doesn't involve sociology at all with a guy. Because they're a bit inept at that level, or it's for different reasons. I guess for men it's for work, it's just to achieve something. But maybe the female perspective is much different. What do they get out of social interactions? Anyway, so I was with this client, and it's sometimes irritating. Most irritating is when someone's got some like dementia or something like that, because if they're interested in asking about your relationship stuff, they keep asking. I say, "Oh, are you married?" I said, "No." "Have you got children?" And then you can answer it one way or the other, but then you get asked either lots of questions or you don't. And so after a while I start getting different answers. See if the person notices. And I was like, "Well, I thought you said this or that." It's probably easier, or if I don't feel like talking about it at all, I just don't bother. I just say something like, "I haven't got children," and it's like, "Oh, right, okay," and all these sorts of things. Or people say, "Oh, a nice bloke like you should be married or taken or something." I'm thinking, no, I don't actually want to lose my autonomy. It's difficult. People don't want to hear that. Yeah, they don't want to hear that you don't think the same as them, or feel an urge to try to unify yourself with someone else. I mean, I'm a kind of independent individual. The more independent a man is, the better. That's how it works. I mean, it's good if women are independent as well, or whatever you consider yourself to be. That's all good. But it's more healthier if you can function on your own, because then you don't have any additional stressors, only maybe financial, because you're not sharing the bills with somebody else if they're committed. It's nice to find somebody who wants the same, but it's not so easy, and culturally you might have to look around. And so I'm thinking, hey, let's go check out some different countries. So at the moment, save your money up, concentrate on yourself, do your fasting, do stuff that makes you look better, looks more attractive, all this kind of stuff. And then go jump in the shark pool. Where's that fucking guy going? What are you doing there? But I mean, health-wise, I'm happy. As you can see on this video, I'm laughing and stuff. I don't really want stressors, but anyway, yeah. So that's one of the things you get. You get somebody asks you that, or you get so many different opinions that go on about taking on stepchildren and stuff like that. It's a lot of work. If you really love children, yeah, but you might encounter that. You have to remember, you'll never be their child's. They might give you that title as a parent, or they might think you're their parent. But if you further out that child, then you're nothing. It's like rescinded instantly, but you can't do that if you're biologically related to a child. So it's a bit confusing at that level. I mean, it's good to have relationships, stable relationships with children, wonderful. But the only thing is, if you get into a step relationship with the child, if things don't work out with the mum or whatever, then then you have to you have to be very careful how you approach that, because you don't want to damage the children because of your relationship choices. You want to make sure you're on good terms with them if possible, and it means that you might not break up in the same way. So you might have to phase down the relationship before, we say okay, if you kind of like separate before you break up fully, You just wanted to see how you feel, and then you want to de-escalate the feelings, and also the children, because you're not just separating from the partner, you're separating from the children as well, at some level. And then you say, look, I want to be still involved in your life, things didn't really work out for me and your mum, etc. You know, you want to open this apart branch, because you don't want to hurt a child. That's probably the worst thing you could do, is come in, create a storm, bust up, you know, the mum's hurt, the child's hurt, and you just charge out and then rush off with somebody else, or whatever's your plan is. Your exit strategy is, I don't know what that might be. Some people rebound or whatever. But yeah, anyway, going back to MGTOW, we run out of time, we'll be talking about MGTOW all the time. So I had somebody asking my preferences on what I like to drink. Do you like milk? What kind of milk do you like in your tea? And all this sort of stuff is fine. I said, well, you know, I explained that, and I talked about something completely different. And then she said, well, I don't tend to have much sugar, or I don't really take sugar in my teas and, you know, milk. She said, well, what about your girlfriend? I said, I haven't got a girlfriend. He said, well, I turned around and said, well, I'm always working, so of course I haven't got a girlfriend, because if I was dating somebody, I would want to set some time up for them, you know, I'd take an extra day off work so I could spend some time with them, at least one good quality evening, I guess, in the week. So yeah, she sort of said, well, what, not yet. I said, I haven't got a girlfriend, and I said to her, I just turned around and said, to be honest, I don't want one either at the moment. She said, all right, okay. It's like, I didn't know if she was making a play. She definitely wasn't going to be my girlfriend. She's a client, and she's got loads of health problems. I mean, she's a nice enough girl in one way, but she's a bit toxic. She smokes, she drinks, there's mobility problems. She's got several dogs that bloody taken over the place, that are like her kids. You know, it's like I say, they're the stepchildren of the bloody dogs. And no, it's not attractive at all to me. I don't know what her game plan was. Hey. That's fine. Well, come through. Depends where you're going. Yeah, that's why I only let one bloody car out. But yeah, I mean, the thing is, I don't want to come across bitter or negative. Obviously, these kind of things open wounds. I mean, you know, it'd be nice to be with someone, but the options don't appear to be there, and I'm not willing to make a compromise at this moment in time. And I don't want to be monopolised. I don't want someone to say, why haven't you got this, why haven't you got that? Demanding. You know, why can't I just be friends with you first? Why has it all got to be this kind of thinking? And then also this end game strategy. I mean, you have to ask somebody straight. You have to look at that. Are they playing a game with you? Can you see it? Can you pick it up with something? So I was seeing something earlier, and it had a woman actually, something different. And she has relationships with demons. She's talking to demons and stuff, which is interesting. And she says they're not really bad and so on. But she's also had a difficult upbringing. So there was a Catholic influence, and sometimes they say Catholics have black magic in the actual religion, like the rituals and things, and they have got a lot of actually other stuff in there. I haven't sat down and picked for a sort of Catholic book, so I should do. There's probably there's like things like the blood of Christ and flesh and stuff like that of these. They're not just metaphors, they're kind of psychic projections, I guess, in that you're unifying your soul with another soul, but through blood ritual magic and flesh as well. It's not like you talk about the divine energy of Christ or something. You want to bind the flesh with your own or something like that. The other stuff, crossing the chest, is Egyptian. But you can't say, well, that's black magic, this is this magic, because the intentions are not dark. They're not to take away from Christ. It'd be all in the prayer and stuff. I'd have to break it all down actually. I will do some religious studies and then I'll see what I come up with. But I have guiding consciousness that are not necessarily human. They might fall into demons, they might fall into extraterrestrials. I don't know. I just know there's something there, and I'm willing to play with it. Just have an open mind. But this woman did this video. This guy recorded a paranormal investigator, and then she's getting a little bit slated. I think it's because it's the natural cycle of people who enter the dismay, like, oh, really? And then it takes a while, and then they sort of laugh at them, and then I think there's something they say they actually start to take it seriously or think it through. Anyway, this is Pixie sign off, and I'll speak to you soon.